I am Jason Treul. I'm from SoCal. I'm 32 years old, and I am an ex-software engineer turned lawyer.
That is quite a pivot in a career. Was there something that prompted it, or was law something you were always looking to get into and then something happened?
I think that it's kind of like, it's kind of both. It's kind of, part of me knew that I wanted to do it, but part of me was also, it's like, oh, I could never do this, right? Like, I grew up son of immigrants,
Okay.
right? So like my parents both migrated here from like the Vietnam War, and I think that so much of my early childhood was just trying to like make it through, get to a good school, kind of like be that first kid that goes to college, gets the job, like figures it out for the family. You know what I mean? And it's like the safest thing I felt was like, okay, well, I love science, I love math. Let's be an engineer because that stuff is really cool, right? I went to UCLA for physics and math because I couldn't pick one. I love them both so much.
And one is kind of nested within the other, you know?
I-
So it's like a square rectangle thing. Like physics
Yes.
involves math, but not all math involves physics.
This is okay. This is like the stupidest joke that I tell everyone and no one laughs. But it's like I had a dual degree in applied mathematics and physics. So I say I have a dual degree in applied mathematics and applied mathematics.
There we go. Just like with a different outfit.
Exactly. So anyways, it's like that's my stuff, and I said that I was like a software engineer, right? And it's like, okay, I graduated with a physics degree. I need to figure out something to do with it. Now it's time to make money. So I had a couple of different odd jobs. I like poured acids and vats for like a chemical manufacturing
Oh my
place for a little
god.
bit.
Well, can you show me all your fingers? Make sure that everything's intact.
Yeah, it's so funny. Oh my gosh, it's like it was very much like a first job after college job. So it's like I worked night shifts with a bunch of old guys that were like, hey, watch out for the hydrofluoric acid. We had a bad spill a couple of years ago. This is the box, but you'll be okay. But anyways, so it's like and every step of the way, I'm like, okay, it's like, I'll get to the law bit, I swear.
Yeah. No,
But it's like, every step of the way, it's like, I just need to climb that little rung to make sure that my family is like secure, that I'm making a job, that I'm able to support myself, and then am I able to support them, right? And I think that after I had a couple of these odd jobs, I was talking to my mom. At the time I was like working kind of like half tech support, half customer support at a loan origination company.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was doing that for a couple of years, and I told my mom like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna sit you down. Like, I think that we're good. I think that we made it as a family. I like am paying for some of your rent. I'm paying for my rent. This is awesome. Like, this
Yeah.
is like, I'm top of the world. You know what I mean? It's like I can actually like pay for all of like my family's expenses and stuff, which is like something that like it was so hard growing up to do. It's like a whole village, like a village to raise a child, right? That was like our family. It's like
Yeah.
nobody could do it by themselves because nobody made enough to take care of people by themselves. So I told my mom like, hey, I think that we made it, and I think that we should celebrate. And my mom's like, hey, Jason, like, I'm like so happy for you. I'm like glad that you think this, but you know that you can do so much more than this, right? It's
Yeah.
like you can do it, like absolutely, like be happy for yourself, but like dream bigger. You can. I know you can. And I think it was sort of like her that sort of shook me out, and I'm like, oh shit, like now that I have done all my accounting, I'm taking care of all the people that are around me. It's like, what can I do? Like what is that upper limit of like what Jason can accomplish?
Yeah, you got graph that formula,
Yeah, and it's like, and it's actually such an exponential formula.
There we go.
Yeah, for real.
It's logarithmic.
No, it's not logarithmic. Logarithmic's that one.
Oh, that's true. I
This
guess, yeah, you want to curve upwards.
That's right. That's right. We'll cut that one out.
Yeah.
But it's like, so I'm like, okay, I had a buddy of mine that was also working at the same customer support job, and we're like, dude, let's just, everyone's getting into tech right now. Let's just do it. Let's just be tech guys. So every lunch we would go and we would study at the IKEA, like, because they had like the cheapest lunch.
Yeah.
Right. But like he would go from his place, I would go from my place, and we would just meet up and we studied for probably like 6 months every day, like, and we were able to both get jobs at Google as software engineers. Wow. Yeah, so not only am I a software guy, I'm like a Google guy. I'm like one of the FANG companies, based off of just meatball powered lunches
This
for
is
like
this is the best advertisement for IKEA meatballs. Like, gives you so much brain power. You can
they
become
are
a software
more
engineer.
expensive now, unfortunately.
Yes, of course.
So IKEA, if you knock them back down, I'm sure that you'll get more people. You'll get me back for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, it's like, and then it's like, okay, wow, we got it, right? We got Google. Like my mom was like, yo, there you go. Now I can retire. Like basically the day I got the offer, my mom was like, okay, you're paying for all my stuff for the rest of my life, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
this is like so much more than like I thought we ever could have had. So yeah, take it, dude. Take it whatever the hell you want. And I think I was doing that for like a little bit too. And it was the day that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, right? And I actually think that that's like probably like the turning point in like modern American history.
Interesting.
I think so. It's like I've always grown up like being very like socially minded, justice minded.
Right.
And I didn't really know what was up, but I did know that I'm like, okay, well, these people that sit on this stupid court in DC are like kind of controlling the world or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the moment that she passed away, I was like, oh, fuck, right? This is like really like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And nobody knows what's going to happen. And when I don't know what's going to happen, I like get in the tank and I think, and I'm like, okay, well, what am I doing? You know?
Right. No, it's I'm very much in the same way of like I like to have actionable solutions because when sometimes you mire in that stuff you can't control, it's like what can I directly control?
Exactly.
You know?
Yes. 100%. And I am like I don't want to say I'm like a control freak, but I think that when the sky is falling, I want to organize the raindrops because
I love that analogy.
Because it's helpful to like make sense of the world, right?
Yeah.
And like the fucking sky was falling. And I looked and I was like, holy shit. Is this something where it's like I need to become activated? And I decided, I'm like, yes, I can become activated. And I have like this like really sick Google job and I looked it up. Like this is like, okay, so here's the timeline. She dies. It's like 9 a.m. I take my long walk, a couple hours. I come back, take a long shower, still thinking. And then at night, I'm like, does Google pay for law school? And I looked it up and I'm like, they do.
Oh.
Not all of it.
Right.
They pay for a chunk of it. And that's enough of a carrot for me to be all like, I am like exploiting my work and I get to do the thing that I want to do. Wow. So it's like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like the next
yeah.
morning, I was all like, let's do it. I'm applying. And I'm like, holy shit. I have to take the LSAT immediately because her death was inconvenient for the law school application cycle.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't necessarily come at a nice application period.
Yes, exactly. I hope that she lived to an infinite years old, but we are where we are. So I went over, I did it, and I'm like, okay, cool. I can work full-time as a Googler, and I can work part-time as like a night student. So I've been going to night school for 4 years, just quit Google this past year, and I'm going to be working in the district attorney's office.
Wow.
Yeah. So
congratulations,
I'm like,
man.
Yeah, it's a big pivot. Hopefully we stick the landing. As we are recording right now, I still have not taken the bar, right? It's my last semester. I have all my papers prepped up. My fiance has all the emails ready to send as I'm on the island. But hopefully by the time this show airs, I will have passed it. Well, actually, you don't know until November, but hopefully I will have taken it and felt really confident.
Yeah, and then a month later, you'll collect your $1 million check. It'll be a perfect 1-2 punch.
Exactly.
Well, let's talk about, I mean, you are someone that it seems like you are really acting upon dreams and whims that you have, and I imagine Survivor is part and parcel of that. So talk to me a bit about your history with the show and what made you decide to make this choice to come out here and live this dream.
Yeah, so for the first season of Survivor I ever watched was Survivor Gabon.
Oh, what a one to start off on.
Okay, and I feel like, I might be the only person in casting history that has this entry point, but the reason I started with Gabon was because Kenny.
Yeah, Ken Huang.
Ken Huang, do you remember his thing?
Oh, of course, he was a Smash Brothers champion.
He was the king of Smash.
Yeah.
He was my hero growing up. When I was in middle school, I was like, oh my god, Ken is hosting a tournament for Melee, and like Fullerton, which is like down the street. Mom, can you please drive me here because Ken and PC Chris and Gimpy Fish and all of the Smash people are going to be here. They're my heroes. And I went over and I was like, oh my god, I like saw him. I like he was like organizing the tournament, and like that was earlier in the year, but later that year, Survivor Gabon, I'm like, holy shit, this guy is like on a TV?
Yeah.
I had no idea really what Survivor was. I kind of knew because like, global phenomenon or whatever. But Ken was really what drew me in, and when I saw it and I like kind of saw it through that Smash lens, I'm like, how does a gamer play this game? And he got fucking far.
He got really far.
He made the finale. He made the finale. Yeah.
Well, I want to take a brief break from this because let's talk about your own Smash history because I did my research. I'm aware of Project M as well.
You did your research?
Of course I did. Yeah.
Did you say the words Project M? Oh my god.
Yeah. So talk to me about what that was like. Is that just like I mean, I guess now from your perspective with Ken, we know that you are an avid Smash fan. So how did that end up developing, though? Because, I mean, listen, Survivor's all about building a community. You ended up kind of doing that through Project M.
That's right. Oh my God, you did do your research. That's so insane. Thank you for looking
Of course,
at that.
no problem, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an awesome thing. It sounded like a hell of a thing to put together, but so fulfilling.
It was. And it's like, this is sort of how I got my fulfillment during those years of pouring acid in vats. I didn't really love doing that. I put most of my effort into cultivating a community for Smash Bros. So I think I am like in like the Project M like microcosm. I'm like a top player. Me and my fiance organized the largest Project M tournament of all time together.
Wow.
Yeah. So we met through Smash, which is really fun.
Amazing.
And then I'm like just generally like a big community ideas guy. I love like pulling people in together, and Smash is such, oh my God, I'm gushing about it so much, but it's such a beautiful trick, and I think that Survivor is a trick too.
Oh, that's such an interesting way to put it. Yeah.
So what you have here is like the people, 20 people today, right?
Yeah.
Everybody here is here because they love Survivor. They love it so much. It's like singing in their soul. They have to apply. That's why I'm here too, right? And when you play Smash Bros, you get a bunch of like unsocialized like people that just live in their basements, but they love Smash. They love it so fucking much that they are willing to leave their mom's basement for 30 minutes to go and play against somebody who's really good. That's what got me to go to fucking Ken's tournament, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's this trick that it's like, oh, this thing that you love, when you unite with other people that also love it, you build like a beautiful community of, and you didn't even know that that's what you wanted, but once you have it, you're like, holy shit, this is like so amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
So then let's talk about building this on-island community. So you watched Ken. I'm assuming you had been watching, you know, religiously since. So was this your first time applying? You know, what made you decide this was the opportunity to try your own hand at it, to take the controller, if you will?
Yeah. By the way, Mike Bloom, you are a masterclass in little transitions and
oh my
segues.
God, stop it!
I love it. I love you so much.
Oh my God, well, it's mutual, man. I'm glad we got the chance to meet. That I got to meet. Was it?
I was thinking, oh, what are gonna be my Mike Bloom segues? What weird ass thing is he gonna say?
Well, hopefully it's been worth the price of admission. But, so sorry, talk to me about your application process. What made you decide to become a part of the show?
Yeah, so actually, like, I watched Survivor for a little bit. I didn't watch religiously after that, right? It's like I had to go to college, right? And after that, like, me and my family used to watch. We watched Gabon and Tocantins and Samoa and Heroes vs. Villains was the next one. But once, I think Guatemala, was that 21?
21 was Nicaragua.
Nicaragua. That was when I went to college, and I couldn't watch with my family anymore, and I had to, like, sort of become a person. So like I just kind of put it on ice, and then at Google during the press tour of Winners at War, Jeff Probst spoke at my office for the Survivor 40 like promo.
Was that the one he did with Dean Kowalski?
He did it with Dean Kowalski. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And I'm like, I called my dad. I'm like, Dad, Jeff Probst is gonna be at Google. Should you want to come, man? And he was all like, yeah, let's do it. But he got sick, so I took my fiance, at the time girlfriend, like with me, and she got so hooked. She was like, what the fuck? This is crazy. And I'm like, yeah. And like she actually was like the super fan that got us to watch since then.
Oh, nice.
And she actually, oh God, she's going to hate me for saying this. She's the one that's been applying. But she's been applying for a couple of years. She hasn't gotten anything back yet. And she was gone for one weekend, and I was like, oh, she felt kind of blue this cycle and didn't want to apply. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll throw my hat in the ring then, right? So I applied, and it's literally my first time ever applying, and I fucking got, and I'm like, oh my God, she's so pissed at me, but I did, and it's so amazing.
So looking back upon the history of Survivor, give me one winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most. I mean, did we mention that non-winner? Is it Kenny or is it somebody else?
I love Kenny to bits, and I like, there's so much, I loved him as a Smash player. We have the same birthday.
Oh, wow.
October 10th.
It's Kismet.
Yeah, so it's like, I have to say Ken. And it's like, he played so well, and I think that he played such a strategic game, and I really love that. Was Gabon the most strategic season? No. You know, he would have done better in other seasons. Maybe he would have done worse. I don't know. But definitely Ken.
What about a winner?
A winner. I think that... I was thinking about this, because like I like feel like there aren't many winners that have really played the way that I did until Rachel.
Ooh.
I know she's so recent, but it's like I love everything about Rachel. Like I think that the way that she played her shot in the dark as sort of a litmus test.
Yeah.
So brilliant. The way that she was like so like oh, I'm gonna like make sure and like check my bases before I like cut the idol out of like the canopy, right?
Yeah.
I think that there is like such a beautiful subtlety to the way that she played the game, and that's only the first half, right? Like I love that she was on the bottom for so long. Took a little bit of like it's a mix. Survivor's always a mixture of like luck and skill, right? She had the social capital for Saul to give her like the advantage to get her the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's all like, yes, she was able to like scrounge her way from the bottom to like make a lot out of very little, and once she was like emerged as a threat, it's like I call it like Fast and Furious Survivor, where it's like you have one chance to hit the nos.
Yeah.
And she fucking hit it, and like boom, the moment that she was on everyone's radar, immunity, idol, immunity, and it's like, dude, yes, please.
Yeah, and the new era is sort of like living life 1/4 mile at a time, right? It's just like you want to make those long-term plans, but a lot of it is like you don't know what's coming tomorrow. So like you got to focus on what's going on in the immediate first.
Yes, and Rachel was so good at long-term, short-term.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and she had so much like social capital. People loved her too. Like, oh my god, if I could play like her, that would be amazing. And she was an alternate too, right? So it's like, I think that, you know, there's like a deep dark secret that I have, but I like, oh, she is so aspirational.
What would you say is your biggest superpower and your biggest piece of kryptonite that you are bringing into a game like Survivor?
Oh, I think that for, I don't know if it's a kryptonite or a superpower, but I love leading with vulnerability.
Interesting. Tell me more about that.
So it's like, I think that it's like, okay, you're going to see some people today. There's like a dude who took a wrong turn and ended up on 49 instead of 48.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there are some people that they're fearless, they are confident, they are like so ready. But I feel like I'm like so not that person. I'm like the scrawniest little dude. And I think that I have to really lean into it. And that's how I choose to do it. I think that there's something about sort of showing your like kind of like soft underbelly that like lets people say like, oh, you know, it's like this guy just fucking tripped and fell on his face, like, but he's doing all right, you know, like I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, I think there's this ability of empathy, right? Of like I've been in that spot where I've tripped and fallen on my face. You're not this untouchable god of a person. You're immortal amongst us.
I am the most mortal. I am the most mortal human that has ever walked this earth. I like live in fear, and I think about it like this. It's like I'm scared, and like Jeff is like, don't play scared Survivor. I can't control how I feel.
Yeah.
But even though I'm scared, I'm gonna play brave Survivor.
Ooh.
Right? Because I think that fear is something you can't control, but bravery is something that you can. So it's like, even though I'm like scared out of my mind out here, I know that it's like, today's beautiful, but it's been kind of raining, and it's probably gonna rain, and I know that it's like, I'm gonna feel like shit. I'm gonna be so terrified of what's gonna happen, but I'm like everything else I've done before, it's like I'm gonna be brave and I'm gonna push through it.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that is like both like a kryptonite and a superpower, because it's like I need that weakness to make me strong.
Yeah, I love that concept. So let's talk about, you know, you had mentioned your physicality perhaps compared to some of your competitors. How do you think you would be perceived in the game? You know, are people looking at you and being like, this guy's on the puzzle no matter what?
I think I am on the puzzle no matter what. I've been playing with my Game Boy. So I brought my Game Boy, and it's like I wanted to do like a little something to see. So I not only have I been like playing Game Boy,
you're doing your own Rachel S. litmus test.
Sort of, yeah. It's like I've been taking notes inside my game of Pokemon. So
ooh, are you naming the Pokemon like after?
Yes.
My God.
So when we're on the airplane or whatever, like you can kind of tell, you can like look at clipboards, you can see people's tags, or it's like, oh, this person who's across from me, it's like I'm gonna give them a nickname as a placeholder and then give them their initials later, right? And I have like Pokemon can be stored in like little boxes. So I'm like, ally, vote them off, unknown, need more information.
I mean, quite literally, there's a Pokemon unknown too. So.
Oh yeah, exactly. I need to catch that one. I'm doing Crystal version, so that does have unknown in it, but. So anyways, I think that like I've been trying to like size up and like kind of present as like, hey, I'm like just some little kid playing his Game Boy. I made sure that the clothes that I was bringing had like large horizontal prints, because horizontal is like, oh, what a little kid. I've been like kicking my feet up on. I've been having my socks pulled really big. I want them to think I'm like a huge Poindexter.
Yeah.
Because they are not going to think of anything except that.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah.
Well, let's dip into the Pokemon boxes a little bit, because this is perhaps the most organized answer I'll probably get to the question that I usually ask, which is, when you're looking at this competition, I mean, let's start with the ally box.
Mm-hmm.
So give me some names or some descriptions of people that if you hit the beach with them on day one, they're part of your party.
Oh my god. Okay. Top of the list, KM.
Mm-hmm.
She has like these beautiful braids. She's like a black woman with glasses, a little shorter, and she just radiates kindness and positivity. Like every single time we're inside of the like lines to like get food, always thank you for the wait staff. Like I think that she's always smiling. She's like, I think that she's not, there are people that are definitely smiling in the sense that they're like, oh, I need allies, right? Like, you got me, right? I think that she's just kind of doing it on her own because she's just enjoying the moment out here.
Yeah.
And it's like been really awesome seeing her. Also, I like SF. She's kind of like, she's like a white woman with like kind of curly wavy hair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how else to describe her, but like she has been really spunky.
Ooh.
Like, yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I know very little about her, right? But, like, again, this is the Wrong Takes Only podcast.
Of course.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, she has tons of stuff.
This is leading with vulnerability. This is like, I'm willing to be wrong about this stuff.
Oh, and I am gonna be so wrong. But, so it's like, we're on the airplane, right?
Mm-hmm. And
she's sitting, like, pretty, like, kind of farther away from me. But when the plane lands, it's, like, raining cats and dogs in Fiji. And I'm, like, looking, and I like, look to her, because she's the one in my view, and I, like, kind of give her one of my, like, scared grimaces that I like to give a lot, kind of like, like, and she looks at me and she's all like, we got this, like, and I was all like, oh dude, hell yeah. It's like she's making me believe in myself. I love that.
Well, then let's go to the opposite box here. Let's talk about some of the people you're hoping to knock out in this game. Who are some people that I mean, either you're not vibing with, or like you're already pegging as big threats?
Yeah, so I think that bad vibes is like not the appropriate word. It's sort of like need to play around them.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, of course, everyone can be an ally, but if you have an ally that is very like single-minded, you need to play around them in a certain way, right? I think that JL, the really big guy, is one of those people. He is center of attention. He is like very much, I feel like if you're on a tribe with him, it's either you're with him or you're against him. Not because of anything that he's doing, but his presence is so big, and I don't know if he can play a small game. I'm such a small game person that, like, if I was on his tribe, I need to adapt to that.
Yeah.
Another person, I think it's really funny, RV, he's like, he's kind of like, he's like a white guy with, like, straighter hair.
Okay.
Right? I think he's tall, but I don't know if you can see him on the camera.
Yeah.
But, we had this moment where it was like, he's, like, reading this book, right? And everyone's reading books, and, like, I think the book is supposed to show your personality. That's why I bring the Game Boy, right? It's just there to signal to people who you are. This guy is bringing fucking tactics books. He has one that's like how champions communicate or something like that, where I'm like, dude, this is so corny. Read that before you get on.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at him and I see that he's not reading the book right now. It's on his table. I look at it and I look at him. And he goes over and like I look back, I'm like, interesting. Clatter, clatter, clatter. I hear this big noise. I look back, the spine is turned. And I'm like, oh my god, dude. You didn't think that people were looking at your stupid book? Why'd you bring it? And he's so messy that it's like, oh, it's so obvious. So, I don't know. For him, it's like, okay, if I'm on a tribe with him, he's going to be sloppy, but he's going to be a little, like, he's here to play hard.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that, because you talk about playing small, but you talk about also playing brave. And so when you talk about idols, journeys, advantages, how much do you want to incorporate that into your game? I mean, speaking of Rachel, sometimes you can't help the way you have to do it, but what's your initial approach to it? I
think that the farther into the game you go, the less of a risk the journeys are. Because I think that the journey is dangerous, not because you might lose your vote, you might get an advantage. It's dangerous because you are missing out on time. And I think that Rachel said something very insightful on the On Fire podcast. If you win that first immunity challenge, you don't have to like send anyone on a journey. All 6 people get to play the game.
Right.
But like if you look at 46, it's like Asia and TK, I think were the 2 that got, they're both gone, right?
Yeah.
Immediately. And I think on 48 it was
Kyle and Kevin.
Kevin's gone, and Kyle is only lucky that he didn't go to tribal. You know what I mean? I know that they were painting like the Siva 4 thing, maybe he would have stayed, but I think that you're really like taking yourself down a peg needlessly if you go on that first journey, because that first bit of Survivor is so social.
Yeah.
Right? And they weren't even fucking fighting for advantages. They were just fighting to get their pot back. I'm not going to do that. And if they send me, they're stupid because I'm so small. Why would I even be able to get that for them?
Mm-hmm.
So, but as the game goes on, I think that advantages are the way to get yourself out of a pickle, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like what they're there for. They're there to like mix up the game. So it's kind of like when you're playing, like if you ever like play, I play a lot of Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
Right? So it's like you have to play to your outs. And
Yeah.
even if something is very risky, you have to do it because to not take that risk is to die immediately, to die from inaction. So I think that like when you sense that you are forced into those spots, you have to take it because to do otherwise, like doing nothing is not always a safe play. Doing nothing might be the dangerous guaranteed death play, and you need to like have advantages to like get yourself out of that because I'm not going to be the kind of guy that's on the top dominating all the time. I need to weasel my way like Rachel did out the bottom because like there's no like I don't know. I am preparing, and every survivor, unless your name is Devi Adaris exactly, plays from the bottom at some point, and you need to figure a way to wiggle.
Yeah, absolutely. You said this was the Wrong Takes podcast, so let's feed the fire, shall we? Give me your hottest survivor take.
Oh my god. Okay. This right here is the Right Takes podcast for this section.
Okay. Yeah, we're taking a brief break from Wrong Takes.
Yeah. And this is intelligent, hyper intelligent takes.
Okay, there we go.
My hot take is that advantages, that includes block a vote, steal a vote, extra vote, are stronger than idols.
Ooh, interesting.
I think that the idol is so... I think that there's just a aura of threat around the idol. So that unless you have like this perfect... And I will argue that like the perfectly hidden, nobody knows about idol is still quite strong.
Yeah.
I think that steal a vote is still stronger than that. But I think that if anybody knows you have an idol, even your ally, it's like you have the stink of the idol on you. Everybody in Survivor... Oh, Survivor is all about idols and advantages, in parentheses. Everyone plays around the idol. Everyone knows how to split a vote. Everyone knows how to throw someone sent off to misplay an idol.
Yep.
Who is really putting all that thought and effort into steal a vote, which I think is the strongest thing in the game.
Because I think it's this idea of like defensive versus offensive, right? And again, I think to your point, idols in this day and age have become more defensive of like, they're coming for me, I gotta play it. Offensive is, hey, we're trying to mount this thing or someone's trying to come after me. I can steal their vote. I can block their vote to make sure that's not going to happen.
Beyond that, too, we're in this era of small tribes.
Yeah.
Right? The amount of tribals that are over, like, 10 or 11 people is, like, maybe 2. Right?
Yeah.
Because we've had the split tribal. We'll probably have it again. In situations where you have 6 or less people, you know how strong a fucking 2-vote... It's insane!
Yeah.
The beautiful, beautiful idol play that Kyle and Camilla play doesn't even matter if you have a steal a vote, right? It doesn't even matter. It's like so no-nonsense, and it's like so powerful. But no one's going to play around a steal a vote, because I think that when you're sleep-deprived, you don't really think about numbers all too good. You just think about, oh, they block all the votes? That's scary.
Yeah. So, if you were on the jury... At this moment, what do you think would be your number one piece of criteria for voting for a winner? Because it can be, we've seen people over the years vote for likability, relationships, resume, challenge wins, etc. Do you have something that would stick out in your mind as like, I'm voting based on blank?
Here's a second hot take while we're doing this.
Yes.
And this one might be hotter, actually, is that I think that the age of the Survivor resume is over and should be buried deep into the ground, because Survivor is not like think about the application process for Survivor, right? And I think that winning Survivor is like an extension of like what gets you on the show in the first place. Is that we are not looking for people with the best stats, the people who like went to like the Ivy League schools and like did all the extracurriculars. It's like, what is your story? Like, what did it mean for you to be out here? Like, yes, like you can pull off like amazing blindsides, but it's like I think that my criteria is like how much control and how much awareness do you have over your own story? What brought you here, right?
Yeah.
Season 43, I think that a lot of people are like, oh, Cassidy should have won. She had no idea what her own story was, right? I think that Gabler did, and I think that that's why he was able to like convince the jurors. He played his game, and even if that game isn't like a good resume, it's like you just have to own the game that you played, and and in order to, if you want to like be a little less like, I guess, forthcoming at the price of like, oh, well, I owned that move to boost your resume, that's like a losing fight. That's not going to get me, you're not going to get my vote if you do that.
Last thing, what I usually ask to end these things, if you could bring a celebrity or a fictional character out as a loved one, Who's your main? Who is going to be joining you out
there?
there?
It is. Okay, 2. Okay.
Yeah.
One is the silly one, and one is the heartfelt.
Okay,
one.
let's do it.
So the silly one is Pikachu.
There we go. Is he your main?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I mean Zero Suit Samus. I would not bring her. But Pikachu, yeah.
She would also be in the. I mean, she'd be great out here as opposed to like Samus in her suit, considering the sun and the elements and everything.
No, that would be so torturous. Hopefully, there's AC in there. But like, I think that I'm putting you in the mindset.
Please.
When do people get their loved ones visits? Final 6, Final 7.
Yeah.
You're so weathered. You already there's so much extra context going on. The people are like, I want to bring Boston Rob. No. No one is going to give you any strategy. No one is going to help you in the game that you, a person who has survived until the Final 7, can't already do yourself.
Right.
You need somebody to pump you up.
Yeah.
And given the choice between a celebrity and a fictional character, anybody who doesn't pick a fictional character is insane. I want my delirious Fijian brain to see, like, is that fucking Pikachu?
Yeah.
What is he doing? And he's just like screaming at me, Pika, Pika, Pika. And I'm all like, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Like, we can do this together. He's like so motivational, and he doesn't need any words.
And if someone wins the challenge, they can literally say, I choose you. Come with me to the sanctuary.
Yes, exactly. Okay, and here's the heartfelt one.
Yes.
I've been thinking about this a lot.
Yeah.
You. I'm serious.
Stop it,
Mike. You have such an inside scoop to everybody right now. Like, they can choose to be vulnerable. They can choose to be like very like outlandish.
Yeah.
But you know us in the moments before we start the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like to see that journey. The only person who could really know what we're going through is you. And I think that like if I saw you and it's like Final 7, it's like, holy shit, man. Like, this person that I used to be, you're the only person who knows the person I used to be. And now look how far I've come. You know what I mean? It's like...
Fuck, I did not expect to get verklempt on my first interview, but like that... God, that means the world in so many ways. So thank you. And no, I mean,
you're
so
special. What you do is so special.
I mean, your logic makes a lot of sense as well of like, I'm so privileged to get the opportunity to talk with you all in these moments where you have no one else to talk to.
Yes.
And so to be able to check in, I mean, much like a loved one's visit, right? It's all about like getting that bit of like this person who knows me from outside of the game and seeing.
And you're the only person who does.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.